Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. Now, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about Tony Buzbee getting his sponsor, so to speak, in trouble. And this could have serious negative, or as the court would say, it can have grave consequences against her. Now, as you guys remember, when Tony Buzbee had filed that lawsuit against Jay-Z, Alex Spiro pointed out that Tony Buzbee submitted the lawsuit in a courtroom that he's not submitted to practice. Also, what Jay-Z's attorney pointed out was that Buzbee did that in order to avoid any sanctions against him. Now, does this mean that Buzbee is completely out of the hot waters? Absolutely not. Not only that, Buzbee has been found to lying again. Like, how do you lie to the court? And as such, many people are very confused as to the reason for Tony Buzbee's action. Now, what the court is saying is that Tony Buzbee has utilized Antigone Curious EFC credentials to file and litigate lawsuits in a courtroom where he is not authorized to practice. As a result, she is now facing the potential of sanctions. And as I've said, this is basically echoing Alex Spiro's assertion that Buzbee intentionally filed the lawsuit in the Southern District of New York to evade sanctions for his misconduct. But he can still be brought to the Committee of Grievances because this could also be a legal fatal blow. And remember, I use the word legal and then the word fatal, okay? Now, as I've said, Curious or Antigone Curious, she's now at risk of facing sanctions, and this could potentially revive Jay-Z's extortion lawsuit, as Buzbee's acts have violated numerous legal procedures, which is potentially constituting extortion in the eyes of the court. So, what I believe Jay-Z is going to do now that all of this has brought out, the court is doing all of this discovery because of a lawsuit that Buzbee had filed against Diddy. And the attorney on that lawsuit said that, hey, Your Honor, did you notice that Buzbee was submitting multiple lawsuits in this courtroom that he's not submitted to practice? And he has violated numerous procedures. He lied about submitting a pro act vice before. They discovered that it was not true. He was lying there as well. Now, as such, I'm going to say that Jay-Z is definitely going to use this as an opportunity for the court, because remember, the last time that Jay-Z was in court regarding the lawsuit against Buzbee, the judge was saying that there was no promissory note of, if you pay me, I promise not to go to the police. The judge was saying, there was none of that, so there was no need for an extortion claim. However, the judge did say that he was gonna, look into it a bit further. So now Buzbee has literally given Jay-Z the ammo he needs to insist that the court moves forward with extortion claims for the court to allow him rather to move forward with extortion claims against Buzbee, because now that he has violated numerous legal proceedings and Buzbee cannot use the account of he's a new attorney because he's a seasoned attorney. Jay-Z's going to use everything that he has bragged about, his, status and how seasoned and how much of an expert he is. That's what Spiro is going to put forward to the judge to use against Tony Buzbee. And I think the next hearing is like 4 days away. Yes, it's 4 days away. I think if it's not 4, it is 3 days away. So I believe that Spiro is going to use this against Buzbee for the court and insist that the court allows Jay-Z to proceed with the extortion claim because Buzbee has violated several legal procedures in this case. I'm going to include the court documents for you guys. So if you want to pause the screen and if you want to go through them at your own convenience, and if you want to, Google search and be your own little attorney, you guys can also do that. But I hope that this video clarifies what is going on in these court documents. And I hope that you guys have some understanding of what is going on here. If you do, leave a comment below. Remember, I know that everyone loves to say Jay-Z is the reason. Jay-Z is to be blamed. Jay-Z did it. But in this case, Jay-Z didn't do it. Diddy didn't do it. Tony Buzbee did this to himself. And not only did he do this to himself, he is costing another attorney because even if Curious gets away from this, it can still come back and bite her in the ass at a later date. Okay? So I'm just saying that it's just not good. No matter how you twist it, turn it, it's not good for Curious, who was, I believe, trying to help out Buzbee, and it's not good for Buzbee either because no, Buzbee has a trail of inconsistencies behind him, and he's not a new attorney. He's a seasoned attorney, and the numerous inconsistencies and the lies that he's telling the court, like, how do you lie to the court about actual court documents? Don't you think the court is going to find that you did not, submit requests for pro ad visu? Like, come on. I mean, it's so questionable. You really have to ask, what was Buzbee's intention when he submitted the lawsuits? Because it seems as though Buzbee has always had it easy with his previous cases. And he had no idea that, this case would have worked him to his core. Seems as though he's really shaken up from this case because, he has been just outing himself. I wonder what else. And I wonder if this is going to bring up back anything from the past to come back and haunt him. I think there's a potential that it might, because already he has past clients that are suing him. Now he's pointing fingers at Jay-Z about that, but based on what I see happening here, you really have to ask if Jay-Z has anything to do with that, or could it be because of Buzbee's own doing with his, numerous inconsistencies and lying to the court, lying in legal documents. And then if these information, know that Curious is in hot waters, I wouldn't suggest that she takes these cases. And as I've said before, if she does take these cases, she's going to ensure that she carefully vets them because Buzbee already has her facing the possibility of legal sanctions. So if she does take these cases, she's going to ensure that they're vetted to the core. And if vetted and found that there are other consistencies, it's going to be a whole firestorm, not on her in this case, but on Buzbee. But what I'm predicting is that these cases will be thrown out. I believe that they're not going to go anywhere. That's what I think, because there's all indication of such. I don't think that Curious is going to put herself in any further legal complications because of Buzbee. But you guys can leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I told you guys from the get-go. I said it in December. I said Buzbee is a con man with a con plan. I said it in December. This is not a mistake. This is not a mere oversight. We're talking about a seasoned attorney. Check his trail. On Insta, you'll see it where he brags about how much he has done and how much he has accomplished as an attorney. And as Alex Spiro said, he knew darn well what he was doing. And it's not a good look. It's sincerely not a good look. But leave a comment below, guys. Peace.